Vice President Walter Mondale, now on his second stage of his European tour, spent 4 hours today discussing international problems in American-German relations with the West German Chancellor Helmut Schmidt. This evening, he told newsmen of their discussion.
Today, the Chancellor and I had a chance to discuss a whole range of issues. The discussion was very useful, very helpful, and begins our relationships with the new government of the United States, with the government of Germany, on the best possible basis. I will return to the United States and report to the President of this very warm and useful discussion, and it bodes well for the coordination of our two nations in dealing with a vast range of concerns that affect our people and affect the people all over the world.
The Leader of the Commons, Mr. Michael Foot, has told Labour MPs that the government's ideas in any referendum in Scotland and Wales about devolution. Although no final decision has been made, the government clearly favoured putting just one question: are you in favour of devolved assemblies or not? But there'd be no chance for the English to express their view. The management of Massey Ferguson, the tractor makers, have moved back into their factory at Banner Lane in Coventry. The High Court granted them a possession order after the company said pickets had closed the main gates as part of a 6-week strike over piecework. Geoffrey Green reports.
The takeover just after 3 o'clock was something of an anticlimax. The pickets had already unlocked the gates and removed the barricades and had made ready to resume normal picketing. The strike is now in its 6th week. Management men drove and walked into the plant without having to wait for the court order to be served. Why had the strikers removed the barricades themselves?
Because we thought it was far more dignified to relinquish the gates without any pressure from anybody. They haven't taken it off us, we've given the factory back to the company.
What happens now?
As far as we're concerned, the dispute continues. We still want a satisfactory or negotiated return to work. The company are adamant at this point in time, but we still want to return to work as soon as possible. We'll continue normal picketing. We've been advised by the police, 6 pickets per gate, and we'll persuade drivers and trade unions not to cross that picket line. If they still insist on crossing, they will go through unhindered.
Car production has stopped at Ford's big factory at Halewood on Merseyside. As a result of the strike in the metal stamping and body plant, another 5,000 men were laid off today in the assembly plant. But gearboxes are still being made by workers not involved in the strike. The Coal Board has given more details of the coalfield it wants to develop in the Vale of Belvoir in the East Midlands. The board says there are at least 500 million tonnes of coal in the Vale, the largest reserves in Britain, and far more than was first thought. There are 4 possible mining sites at Hose, Asfordby and Saltby in Leicestershire, and Langer in Nottinghamshire. The coal's thought to be worth £8,000 million, but the board faces strong opposition from local people. One of them is the Duke of Rutland, whose ancestral home, Belvoir Castle, is right over the coalfield. He said the Coal Board's plans had lost all sense of reality. And that's the news. Now back to Michael Charlton.
It doesn't seem to matter much where they're held, in Africa or Switzerland or on ships at sea.